Hi all, my name's Valentina and I'm a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. And today's video topic is Twin Flames and Addictions, How to Heal. So, first point is, what is an addiction? What does it mean to have an addiction? And the definition of that, spiritually speaking, is that you use something to give you a certain feeling, okay? Maybe you use it habitually, or maybe it's not so often, but if you're using it and you have the need to use it to give you a feeling, then that is an addiction, okay? Now let's just run through some examples of addictions, the more common ones that we hear about. So someone may have an addiction to smoking cigarettes, which is like a very common addiction we all know of. Or another one might be alcohol. Maybe someone has, an addiction to drinking alcohol. Or maybe they are addicted to pharmaceutical drugs. Another addiction can be they may be addicted to street drugs, or like then there are kind of other addictions, like maybe some people they're addicted to food or sugar, maybe that feeling that they get from sugar, kind of on a high and then there's a crash. So these are the more common addictions we hear about. Some other addictions that we may not first identify as an addiction would be, for example, binge watching TV. Maybe like there's a TV show and you're like just binge watching and you're kind of like numbing out your feelings. That's another example. Or it can also be, some people like to collect things, and it's like a fixation. Like some people collect, for example, stamps or Star Wars items, or some people like to buy lots of clothes even if there's no real need or they've fulfilled their desire. But then there's this thing, they just have to keep buying and buying and buying more. Maybe it's just an addiction to looking good, doing all these things. We hear a lot about it now in terms of plastic surgery, Botox, filler, and it's cool if you want to do that. But some people are addicted to it. And it's just a constant need to try and improve oneself, and so that's a form of addiction too. What else we got? Yeah, it's basically something that someone wants to do. Maybe let's give some examples now about what you may receive from an addiction, because if you are addicted to something, you are receiving something in exchange for doing the thing, okay? We're not stupid, we are intelligent beings, and if we are doing something, it's because we're receiving something from it. But what we want to do is to fill that void within us with the real thing, so that we don't have to go to the addiction to replace it. So here are some examples of what you or others may temporarily receive from their addiction. Okay. So for example, smoking, right? Someone who smokes, maybe they smoke because they feel that they receive relaxation from it, and they do, and it's a temporary thing. Maybe they feel okay, I'm de-stressing by smoking. Maybe smoking is a comfort to them, so they want to give that comfort to themselves, so they do this habitual act which they're used to. Or let's say drinking alcohol, for example. If you or others drink alcohol, a reason related to that is because they may be seeking joy outside of themselves, like in the bottle, they're seeking joy from that bottle. And so there's a feeling that they are looking for, and that's why they're drinking. Or maybe they have a lot of trauma and they want to, like, numb out their feelings, and they have like temporary relief, just for like those hours. And they're blocking their heart and their feelings, some feelings that might not be very comfortable. Or maybe, like, if they're fixated on collecting something, maybe the addiction is they feel like they have a purpose when they're, like, fixated on this, this thing that they're into, their interest, and they collect a lot of items related to it. Because when they do that, they feel a sense of purpose. Like, with any addiction, there's some kind of form of gratification that the person is looking for. So, those are some examples of, like, the feelings that you may be seeking and why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? But I'm here to tell you, like, there is another way. There is a long-term feeling that you can have, and it's going to fill that void within you where you're seeking these kind of external things. So, if you have an addiction, what you can do is, the way to heal it is by applying the mirror exercise, like the way you heal anything else. So you apply the mirror exercise, and the way to do it is you need to ask yourself what this addiction is giving you. Like, in the moment where you want to, for example, go to your addiction and do it, ask yourself, like, in that moment, what do I crave to receive from it? Why do I need it? Why am I going to that now? And then what you need to do is, like, give it to yourself. So let's take the example of smoking, okay? Someone who smokes, they want to reach for the cigarette because in this example, let's say they receive comfort from it, okay? So what to do is you word it like this: I'm upset with smoking because I feel it gives me comfort. I'm upset with let's change that a bit. I'm lacking comfort, okay? So I'm upset with smoking because I feel it gives me comfort. I feel a lack of comfort within. And that's what you're basically saying when you need it outside of yourself. You've got a lack there. So what you must do then, you take responsibility of that, where you feel that way, and then you imagine that part of yourself, and then give him or her what he or she needs. In this example, it's comfort. So give him or her all the love and comfort they need, and just imagine you're, like, receiving that energetically, that healing going through your heart center. You're receiving all that comfort, and when you feel, like, good and filled up, you filled that void, you're complete, you just hug that part of yourself and let them melt into you. And you will very likely not want to reach for that thing anymore. Or it might be a gradual thing where you're like, you want it less and less and less because you're giving yourself what you need. So I myself have experienced addictions too. Like, I would drink too much alcohol. I used to also smoke cigarettes. Although I wasn't a heavy smoker, like, I could smoke a lot, spontaneously. But there was always that habit in the background in my life. And I healed these addictions. It's been years since I touched a cigarette, maybe like 5 years. Maybe like there was one in those or two in those 5 years, and that was it. And with alcohol, it's been like 3 or 4 years since I stopped drinking. It just was a gradual thing that it reduced and it reduced and reduced to nothing, and I don't even have the cravings anymore. So that's it. Like, the cravings go away when you give yourself what you need within. So I'm here to tell you can absolutely heal your addiction. And if you would like any support in your healing, then you can just connect with us at voyagindivinelove@gmail.com, and we can guide you in your healing in the sessions. Okay, I really love this making this video for you. I really love this topic, and I hope that you found it helpful. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye bye.